what I wanted to talk about today quickly is growth, and how growth doesn't necessarily mean that we are not facing difficult things or difficult things don't happen anymore. What would life be if that was the case? It is more around that our response, our reaction, and how we deal with those difficult things is what changes and improves and gets better and looks different, really. So I'd love for you to think about two things here. Number one, maybe think about, okay, what has happened recently that I have handled or dealt with differently than I would have? Where can I see some growth or something that's changed in that area? Or number two, thinking about, okay, this year I would like to see a change and a growth or a different response in this particular area. And thinking about what that might be, what it might look like, or how you might like it to look differently. And yeah, that's really what I want to talk about. I've got a bit of a personal story, but I want to be mindful not to overshare. So my eldest daughter, we had an incident recently that we faced, and I didn't lose my cool. I actually took a breath. I walked away. I really thought about how am I going to deal this and face this situation. She's a teenager, so she's 13. And I took a breath, I took some time, and then we sat down and we had a chat, and I approached this situation. And we both got pretty emotional, and I was like, I'm really sorry. Like, I feel like I've been not a good mum or whatever. And because what happened was she brought up a few years ago, a similar incident happened, and she's, do you remember how you dealt with it then? And I was like, yes. And I was upset with how I did respond to it the first time. And she said, Mum, you're not a bad mum, because this time you didn't deal with it like that. You changed, and we've had a good conversation, and you've done it differently, and I feel better about it. And do you feel better about it? And I was like, oh, actually I do. I feel so much better about it. And it highlighted to me that I had grown, and that I changed the way that I would have responded to something so big and so scary. And yeah, it was just a really beautiful thing to see and to be aware of, and also for her to give me that feedback and help me to see it that way too. So that's what I thought I would talk about today, is for you having a look and a think back, wow, if I was, or maybe I did face something similar years ago and I reacted completely differently or responded differently, feel free to share in the comments if there's something that you have faced and you feel like you've grown in, or if there is an area that you're like, I really want to work on and grow in this space. Reach out to us. We're here to help you. Can I tell you that growth came with a lot of learning and a lot of mindset changes, parenting books, and all of those resources and tools to help me. It didn't just miraculously change. I did put a lot of effort into that to get that outcome. So yeah, what's going to look different for you, and where have you seen growth that you can recognize and be proud of and hold on to moving forward?